Back in the 1960s and 70s, the affordable sports car that everyone wanted to own was, of course, the MGB. By the time production ended in 1980, over 500,000 had rolled off the production line in various different shapes and sizes. The BGT was perhaps the more stylish, but if you wanted a bit more fresh air motoring, the Roadster was the one to have. The mid-engined MGF brought open-top motoring back between 1995 and 2011. And now the great MG sports car tradition returns with the very futuristic, all-electric Cyberster. Yes, it might upset a few diehards, but like it or not, the future is electric, and this is the future. You have to admit, it's quite some head-turner, with this gently sloping bonnet running down to this bold front grille design, which signifies the car's performance intent. Then there is nice little LED lamps giving a contemporary feel. There's a neat little badge on the side skirt reminding us of the heritage of this brand, with Morris Garages introducing an MG model back in 1924. There's a really aggressive rear end with this diffuser coming out of the back. And despite the folding roof, a surprising amount of boot space. And some rather funky indicators. And if you still don't think it's stylish enough, there's one feature that screams luxury sports car. Think Lamborghini, think scissor doors. Dropping into the cockpit of the Cyberster, you immediately have this wonderful feeling of quality wherever you look. There's this lovely leather, which feels great, but it's not actually real leather. No animals were killed for this. And I've got that same lovely leather feel on the steering wheel in this sort of wraparound cockpit design with 4 screens. The one on the middle is sort of climate, and it'll do car settings, and I can have driving and seating and doors and locks and all those things. Really nice buttons, simple plain buttons for the drive. Park, reverse, neutral and drive. I love that. And on the bottom there, there's 3 buttons for your doors and the roof. Then in front of you, you've got these 3 extra screens which wrap around you with great visibility. On the left, I've got my sat nav and probably other things if I go looking for them. On the right, I've got all my electric status and other things if you go searching, but you'll find all that when you've got your Cyberster. But in the middle, most importantly, you've got your speed, the range, the battery you've got left. And on the centre, you've got even more buttons. And there's so many functions if I press, so many really helpful things you can do, but I'm not going to go through all of those right now, because what I want to do is to drive the Cyberster. Just go D and I'm gone. There are actually 2 different Cyberster models. The entry-level Trophy, which is rear-wheel drive on a single motor, producing 340 horsepower, which will get you to 62 in just 5 seconds. But if that's still not enough for you, there's this, the GT, dual motor, an extra motor at the front, 4-wheel drive, 510 horsepower, and 0 to 62 in just 3.2 seconds. It's amazing how quiet it is in this cockpit at what, 60 miles an hour. Hardly any buffeting, top of my hair maybe getting a bit rustled. But it is about to rain, or you don't like the draft. All you have to do is to slow down to what, 30 miles an hour, and then just pop the roof up. And in no time at all, you're on your way again. It goes a bit dark with the roof up. And of course it's not raining, so we just have to go back to 30 miles an hour. And let's let the fresh air come back in. Oh, it's quite a draft when it first goes up. Neatly stowed. Windows back up. And ready to go, as simple as that. And it's really these country lanes I want to get onto to feel what the Cyberster's like. Through the corners, through bumpy roads, off cambers. And the steering feels really nice. And we've got all these modes, of course, as everyone has sport and sport mode, and there's a button here saying sport, super sport. And they all sharpen up the steering feel, sharpen up that throttle feel. generally make responses faster. Turn the corner, feel the grip. And it's just lovely to be out on the open road, isn't it? Down into the bends. Well, I have to say, I've really enjoyed my day out in the Cyberster, the computerized roadster. It's a lot of fun. The Cyberster really has found a niche in the market. If you want an electric convertible for a reasonable price for a performance roadster, then it really is one of a kind.